Welcome to this playlist, a series of videos on doing generative art, on practicing making sketches using processing, the Python mode of processing. Okay, this is video 0.0 or the very first video in this playlist, and it's about how to download and install processing. I find that many people usually go very fast when they tell you how to download, and then we are wasting a lot of time. So I decided I'll go step by step. So if this is easy and you know all this, you can skip ahead. But I think it's better to make sure that the software is properly installed, because otherwise the future videos will not make a whole lot of sense. So here are the instructions. It's very simple. There are 3 steps. You simply go to processing.org/download, and depending on whether you have Windows, Linux, or Mac OS, whatever your operating system is, you will simply click on that. In my case, this is a Windows 64-bit laptop, so I just clicked on that, and then it will probably download it to your downloads folder. So in Windows, you can see here it's called Processing 354. That is the current version -Windows 64. It's very clear. .zip. So once optionally you can move it to some other directory. It came down to my downloads folder. I moved it to a different program files folder, and from there you simply right click it, and then you can extract it. Okay, after you extract it, you will be left with a folder or a directory that is just called Processing 354. This next step is optional. You can sort of double click it and go in, take a look at all the files and folders that are there. Notice this P3 black circle logo, processing.exe. That's the executable. And so you want to right click on it. You just want to create a shortcut. I like to do that in my desktop so that you can for the time that you're using processing, you don't have to search around. It's very easy to launch. So right click, you can go to send to desktop as a shortcut, or of course you can use create shortcut itself. If you're on Mac, you would basically somehow make sure that processing goes to your dock, right? The bar that you have, so that you can launch it very easily. Okay, so that's 2 steps done. We downloaded it, we have uncompressed it, and now this is the icon and shortcut on my desktop. If you double click it, it will give you this launch banner. It takes about 30 or 40 seconds the first few times. So just be patient while everything is getting set up, and then you will see a window that should look like this. Notice that this has opened up in the Java mode. Okay, so we finished 2 steps. The third step is now to go to the Java mode. Click on that. Then we are drop down. Click on Add Mode, which will open up this window. Then you see here it says Python mode for processing 3. Click on that, and then it will allow you to install. In my case, because I've already installed it, the install button is not highlighted, but once it's active, you can install it. Now you will be completely set up. Okay. Basically, the first step is to download the executable. Just go to processing.org/download. Click on whatever system you have. In my case, I have a Windows 64-bit, so I would just click on this and download it to my laptop or desktop. Okay. Then go to your folder, or if you have a Mac, otherwise go to the Explorer, find the zipped file, and then you simply have to right click it and say extract all. Okay. In which case it will create a file. I've already done that. And then if you go into this extracted folder, you will see a bunch of files, but we are really interested in this .exe or the executable. In Mac also it will be called an application. You can right click it and create a shortcut if you like. Okay. Wherever you have your shortcut, or just basically launch processing. The first time it's taking a couple of seconds, but it will come up. We have one more step. So we have already downloaded the file, uncompressed it, we're even able to open it. So we're pretty much 80% there. But when you log in, when you start, it will actually show you in the Java mode, right? So you will go down to, you have one last step, the third step. Click on the Add Mode. It shows all these other modes. Select Python, and then the install button. For me, it's not allowing because I have already installed it. But if you were trying to get any other See, it says install. You just have to install it. After you have installed, close it, reopen processing, and click on Python. So if you see this, you're done. Okay, I think it's time to wrap up this video. But basically, after you have clicked open processing, it will launch in a Java mode. Make sure you go to this drop down here, switch to Python, and then if it launches here again, it will sort of blink. And when it comes back in Python mode, you are ready to use processing. Okay. So this is a very important thing. You have to have your software installed. So quick recap, just basically go to processing.org/downloads, get the file for your operating system, Windows or Mac OS or Linux, and then extract or unzip the file, place it wherever you like, and then also launch processing and make sure that you install the Python add-on. If you do this much, you are completely ready. So I did want to make sure that I went slowly step by step. You should have no problem whatsoever, but if you do have any issues, please mention those in the comments and I'll address them if I can. And now that you're all set, you are ready to check out the other videos in this playlist. Probably a good starting point would be to start with the two most important functions in processing, setup and draw. Let's understand what they do, and then how the canvas itself is laid out. So what the x-axis and the y coordinates, how they work, and we'll get into some basic shapes which are very, very important for any generative art. Okay, thank you for your time, and I'll see you in another video.